the audience.
Hello, I'm Curtis Hinton. I'm a sophomore at Liberty University where I'm majoring in business administration. Today I'm going to be discussing the impact of sports in our society. Case Keenum, quarterback for the Houston Texans, once stated, "God calls us to use our abilities to our greatest potential for His glory, and that includes whenever we step on the field. It's not to beat the guy next to you, it's to recognize it as an opportunity from God to reveal His glory." Unfortunately, not every athlete feels the same way about it. For example, Charles Barkley has been noted as saying many times throughout his career that he was not a role model and that he would never be a role model. But that's not exactly true, because despite what he said, he was a role model to many people. Maybe not a good role model, but he was a role model. And any athlete, any star, any politician, they're always in the lights. They're always going to be a role model because people want to be like them. So they're going to copy what they do. And it is very important to know how big of an impact sports have on our society as a Christian or as a sports fan. And personally, I've played sports since I was in the first grade, and I've seen many people grow throughout time on the field. And not just growing physically, but also mentally and emotionally. Obviously, you're going to grow in strength, you're going to grow in stamina. But also, I've seen people gain leadership skills that they've never had just because they've been on a team sport. And I've seen many friendships blossom throughout my time on the field, because nothing beats a team sport. I've made many friends from baseball. I still have friends today that I met in first grade on the baseball field, and we're best friends today because of that. We just share a bond that only sports team members can know. Athletes' popularity is continuing to grow today for many reasons, but I'm going to name a few of them here. Our society is a sports-centered society. You look anywhere, on top of magazines, on the cover of magazines, there's pictures of athletes. All over social media, there's pictures, there's quotes by athletes. Anywhere you look, athletes are everywhere, but you can't get away from them in our society, so it's easy to get drawn into that. Another reason why the popularity of athletes is growing is because a lot of their stories are very inspiring to us. They come from bad backgrounds, their family issues, and they overcome those obstacles and become the people they are today despite that. And people get very involved with those athletes because they feel for them, because they come from maybe the similar backgrounds and they just understand what they're going through. So that's why many people like more players, certain players more than others. But then there are other people who just would really want to be like them. They would want their fame, they want their wealth, their social standing, and they feel that if they watch the athletes and they study them and they act like them, that they may have that same fame, that same wealth, that same social standing one day. And this is really what gives Christian athletes the big platform that they have, is that everybody is always looking at them and seeing what they are doing and trying to be like them. And we as Christians are called to spread the love of God. And that's what they're doing on a huge scale. They have millions of people that they reach. And that's amazing. He loves all of us, and they reach out to everyone. But they use different methods of how to get the story of Jesus across. Many people, many baseball players at least, would have a cross necklace like this, which obviously represents Jesus dying on the cross. And also a well-known baseball player, Andrew McCutchen, the center fielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates, he has a wristband with a cross on it that stands for the same thing. But there are other players like Albert Pujols, the first baseman for the Los Angeles Angels, who at every chance they get, whether they're talking to a reporter, they're talking to a person on the side of the road, they mention that Jesus is the reason that they are there. He gave them the power to get to where they are, and he's giving them the credit for everything that he has done. And that's amazing. Matthew 28:19-20 says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all the nations, baptizing in the name of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all things that I have commanded you." This verse right here, many Christian athletes are applying to their daily lives, to everything they do. And that's why many people are coming to know Christ, because of these athletes that we watch every night on TV. And we can learn from this. We can apply this verse to any field that we want to. And we could have the same results.